Hello everyone, welcome back to Classic Automotive Services. Right, this week we've had actually a very busy week. We'll start off with the Cortina engine. This, as you can see now, is all reassembled. I did get some video footage of balancing all the con rods and pistons and everything. Unfortunately, my phone didn't save it, so I'm not going to be able to put that in the video. But we have got other engines which are coming up in the build process, and I will get a video of doing that, as it's something people seem to be quite interested in. It's not overly complex anyway. I mean, the pistons, you just weigh them and make them all the same weight. Con rod's a bit more complex, but it's still fairly simple and fairly easy to do a video on. But yep, she's all back together. We've got the carburetors bolted on so I can set up all the throttle linkages, as it's a universal kit that you get with the carbs. So the kit with this setup on this engine, you actually have to shorten the little paddle on the linkage slightly, as the carburetors are quite close together. On other engines it might be further apart, so it's a universal kit, but it's all assembled and working. She should go quite well. We've painted all the rocker cover and does a nice paintwork on that. This is actually painted on, it's not a decal, so it is painted. So just something nice that we thought we'd do, just to make it a little bit different. We've got it should go quite well. Specs on the engine: we've got a Newman's fast road camshaft. It's fully balanced, pistons, rods, rotating assembly, and it's also got plus 60 pistons in it. So big pistons, short stroke, should rev and perform very well. The head's ported slightly as well. Valves are standard. We didn't want to go too far on it, as we didn't want it so it's undrivable, as it is going to be a wedding car. But the point of it is to be something a bit different. It's a wedding car aimed at a petrol head, so it should be nice and drivable, especially if we're using the original weight flywheel. So it's nice, and the flywheel's still quite heavy, so it should hopefully smooth out the performance on the cam, so it shouldn't be too lumpy. We've then got a Ashley big boy exhaust system, which is very nice. These are extremely good value for money compared to other ones out there, and this is going to be this will make far more power than the engine's going to make. Well, I've seen these on engine making a lot more power, and they're not restricting the engine, so it's nice big bore. It's 2-inch outlet, which is going to go into a full 2-inch Ashley exhaust system as well. And the cost of these compared to, say, a Simpson racing manifold for the Fords, it's ridiculous. Yes, the Simpson is a much nicer flowing manifold. The technology in the exhaust is far better, but the manifold on its own is getting approaching £1,000 for a new one. So this was just under £300. So it's more than adequate for what we need. And plus the Simpson manifold, Simpson racing manifold on this engine will actually probably lose its power, because it's going to be too big. It's going to flow too much. It's going to slow the airspeed down because it's too big a bore. So this is going to be absolutely ideal for this setup. Well, the answer to the question everyone's going to want to know is, what power is it going to make? Well, we won't know, as it's not going to be dynoed. But as an estimate of what's in there, we're going to say it's going to be roughly 90 to 100 horsepower, something like that. Is a safe sort of estimate. Whether it will go much over 100, I don't think so. I'd be surprised if it did. It's not that tuned, but it has got some nice bits in there. So that's the Cortina engine. What else did we have in this week? Well, the TR8. All the systems on that are pretty much done now. Brakes are finished. They just need bleeding off. So the calipers are all rebuilt. I pulled the gearbox out of it on Tuesday and changed the clutch, as it seized to the pressure plate, not the flywheel. So pulled the gearbox out, changed the clutch, all new clutch hydraulics on it as well. Again, just need to bleed them off. So that's making very good progress. I'm just waiting for the last parts on the carburetors to turn up, so I can pull the carburetors off strip them, thoroughly clean them. I'm going to actually put them in a sonic cleaner, ultrasonic bath to clean them up. So they're going to be as good as they can possibly be, as they are very, very grimed up and sludged up, and they're completely knackered. So I have got the gasket sets for it. I did order all the parts, but unfortunately the carburetor diaphragms didn't arrive. They forgot to put them in the package, so I phoned them up yesterday and they're going to send them out, so they should be here beginning part of the week. So that's coming along quite well. What else? We had the green stag in this week as well, which I'll put a few photographs at the end in, because it's not here now, as it had to be done quite quickly. I can say what it's going to be for. If you watched last week's video, it had to come back in, 1 for a power steering rack and 2 for some modifications, as it's going to be in a film. And the film company had specified a lot of changes they wanted on the car. They wanted the stripe on the side changed from silver to gold. I had to fit a special harness in the back of it for the cameraman. And there was a long list of other things that need to be done. And it's going to be quite a big film. We don't know what it's called yet, as they won't tell us for leak reasons and etc. But we do know that the starring actress is Emma Thompson, and it's going to be her car that she drives in the film. That's all we know, and that's all we're allowed to know. So it was nice to be involved doing that and get that sorted out. Like I said, it's done and gone now. I'll put some photographs in it at the end of the video of it. And we've also got another stag that arrived literally an hour ago for its carburetor swap. It's sat outside now, a little white one. It's quite a nice car. It's got a Rover 3.5 litre in it. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea on the Stag, especially me. I don't see anything wrong with the original Stag engines, especially when you have to look after them. But it's what's in it, and it's what the owner likes. So it's what it is, what it is. Reason it's in is it's got a Holly 390 carb on it, which is about on its last legs. And it's running quite rough. It doesn't like throttle response. It's set up completely wrong. It doesn't like starting when hot. All these issues. So it's not running anywhere near right. So we've decided to go down a completely different route on carburetor. We're sticking with the manifold that it's already got, and we've got a Edelbrock 1404 500 CFM carb for it. It's all jetted up now. I have had it out the box. I won't take it out because it's painting up to it in, but I'll just show it to everyone. There it is. Nice brand new Edelbrock carburetor. They don't come jetted for the 3.5 litre. They do if you get a kit from, say, RPI, but I didn't get this from RPI. I got it from John Wolf Racing in Bedford, who are an Edelbrock stockist. So it doesn't come jetted for 3.5 litre, so you do have to rejet it. And the jets for 3.5 litre, if anyone wants to know, are they the jets or are they the needles? They're the jets. The part number for the jets is 1421, and they're 380 jets, primary jets that is. The auxiliary jets you don't have to change, and the needles to suit them are 1441. I can't remember what actual number they were on the needle. It's nearly impossible to read them to suit them jets. So that's what you have to change on it, and you also have to set your float heights up, as it is a brand new carburetor, and when I did check them, they were slightly out. So it's all set up, ready to go on the car, and I can just put it on, tune it, off we go. You also would need a banjo bolt as well, because the fuel pipe inlet is dead straight on the carburetor, and it will hit your air filter if you've got a drop pan on it. So you need a banjo bolt. So the Stag is actually outside. We're going to have a quick look at it. It is quite a nice little car. So here it is. So it is quite nice. The owner knows it should have a stripe on it before anyone comments, and he likes the idea of putting a stripe back on it. So, but he's toying with the idea if he wants to or not yet. But other than that, it is a nice little car. unfortunately, is an auto, but most of them were. But yeah, we'll get that sorted out on Monday, and you can pick it up Monday evening. It's quite a fairly straightforward thing to do. And then next week, I'm going to get the engine in the Cortina. So hopefully next week we'll have that Cortina engine running, which will be one I'm looking forward to it, and so is the owner, and hopefully a lot of you guys are looking forward to it as well. So we'll hopefully get that in and fired up and running, so the owner can finally have his Cortina back, because it has been here for quite a while now due to the machine shop having the engine for so long. Can't really think of what else we've got this week. One other thing we've got is progress on the Red Stag, which isn't here. That is over. My dad's having the metalwork done, because I just literally have not got time to get on it and get it done. So he's doing the metalwork on it for us, so it can then come back. I can prep and paint and build the car. I've got some photographs of the progress on that. That's coming on quite well now. It's got all the front wings and everything off of it, and you can see the state of the front inner arches. That's why we're taking the front wings off of it, because the front wings were probably repairable. Although it had front wings in the past and they fitted absolutely awfully, the gaps were all over the place. And the one thing that we want, as well as the customer, is really nice gaps on the car. So all the gaps set up so they are really, really nice. So that was the reason for taking the front wings off. They didn't fit, and all the front inner arch is completely rotten. So we've got some photographs of that, and we'll put that in the video as well. Other than that, I can't really think of anything else. But yeah, been very, very busy this week, and next week isn't looking any easier, if I'm honest. It's going to be just as busy. We've still got the kill cars waiting to come in, hence why I need to get rid of some of these, so I can get others in. Because thankfully they are being very patient, as they want me to do their work for them, which is nice. But yeah, there's only so long they're going to wait before they go somewhere else, which I really don't want them to do. So, but on that note, we'll see you next week. So please like and subscribe, and we'll put the photographs in as well.